there's going to be a little bit of revolt happening.
But it's like they've seen 100%. The first 3 Star Wars movies and they figure out Darth Vader's the bad guy in the last 10 minutes of Return of the Jedi. I mean, this is a man who actually outsourced his own manufacturing to China and Mexico to avoid paying a living wage to Americans, but he says he wants manufacturing. This is a man who has hired undocumented immigrants to work on his properties in 2 different centuries because he did not want to pay an American worker a living wage, but he really cares about illegal immigration. I mean, we could do it all night. We can't believe what he actually says, and a lot of conservatives are realizing we never signed up for this.
Can we talk about heroes of democracy, which includes you, includes our friend Stephen Colbert, includes South Park.
Includes South Park this week. Wow. Have you seen it, Stephanie?
But this is the power of what you do every day, John. It's just the power of satire. It is a punch in the fascist's nose. It is a to a dictator.
It doesn't make sense to me right now.
It is the upside down. Actually.
Yes and no. In many ways, we're exactly where we were 5 years ago. There is a gigantic existential threat over us, as was with the beginnings of COVID. We don't know how bad this threat is going to be, how many of us will be hurt. We're all around the world shivering in the shadow of this giant question mark. And the only thing we know for sure is that the American president is not going to tell us the truth day by day. This has been a bloodbath. Jeff Bezos is now middle class, I think. I think Jeff Bezos just moved back into his mother's garage and he's selling books again.
Oh, listen, first off, yes, I agree. That episode the other night, they kicked fascism in the taint in that episode. Did you see it, Stephanie? Have you seen the South Park?
I've watched clips. I want to see the whole thing
today.
Listen, but I've watched most of it.
Stop watching the clips online, everybody, and watch the entire 22 minutes straight through. It is the most important 22. I'm sorry, Andor season 2, but this is the most politically important TV of the entire year. In this, all these cowards and compromises and capitulating weasels. South Park has more integrity than Columbia University and CBS and ABC and Amazon.
Yes.
It was the best TV of the year, and it's what satire is supposed to do. Speak truth to power and mock the emperor's micropenis.
And it's what Colbert is doing every night. It's what Jon Stewart did. It is a masterclass.
Oh, but no one's done this before. They got their $1.5 billion on Monday, and then they attacked the Paramount merger on Wednesday.
I know. I love the White House said the president is seething over this childish attack by South Park. That only makes it even better.
If he says anything, it draws more attention. If he sues them, it proves them right.
Yeah, and I love what they said. The left's hypocrisy truly has no end. For years, they come after South Park for what they labeled as offensive content, but suddenly they're praising the show.
When has the left come after South Park for offensive content?
I know.
That's the best they can do because South Park, it doesn't have an ideology, and because South Park does a lot of politically incorrect and often offensive things. And this one, half of it, a lot of liberals are complaining because it has the other F word and it has the R word.
Oh, it has the F word for gay men a lot.
Like our show.
But the whole point is that the MAGA guys feel like, oh, Donald Trump, this is freedom. I get to say those 2 words again. It says them to make fun of people who say them.
Right. What South Park hates is hypocrisy. Yeah. They don't care about either party. They hate hypocrisy.
And we've said that about our show for 25 years now, right? It's like we're too liberal for conservatives and too politically incorrect for liberals, but that's just kind of what South Park is. But so the White House said, just like the creators of South Park, the left has no authentic or original content. The show hasn't been relevant for over 20 years and is hanging by a thread. John, from your years in this business, that's exactly why companies pay someone $1.5 billion.
It's so irrelevant. The White House is putting out a statement about it because it's so irrelevant.
Right.
And again, that's Trump hiding behind a spokesperson. He's in a corner on this one. He can't talk about it in public because that'll get more eyeballs on it. Yeah. And y'all have to see it. His penis appears 5 times in the episode.
As a character, too.
It's beautiful. It's jazz.
It's hard to spot, but it's in there.
And the monologue Jesus gives on the mound is actually the most incredible part of it. The most shocking, more shocking than the ending that we've all seen, the AI animation. You've got it. Jesus' monologue is crazy.
I thought of you, but can I just say, this FCC chair, ironically, I can't call him a bag of because then I'll lose my FCC license. But this is why it's so important when they get a scalp like Colbert that Matt and Trey, take up the baton and go, we got your back. Yeah. Because this
it didn't hurt Paramount's merger, by the way. Nope. It did not hurt the merger the next morning.
Yeah, the merger went through. Anyway, but listen.
So be brave, people.
This is the FCC chair on Fox News, real quick.
Did President Trump have anything to do with the cancellation of Stephen Colbert's show?
Well, here's what's important to keep in mind is a broader dynamic. When President Trump ran for election, he ran right at these legacy broadcast media outfits and the New York and Hollywood elites that are behind it, and he smashed the facade that these are gatekeepers that can control what Americans think and what Americans can say. And once you do that, you've exposed the business model of a lot of these outfits as being nothing more than a partisan circus.
I mean, if they get their way, there's going to be nothing but like right-wing, I don't know, propaganda and wrestling on TV, right? I mean, so it's
literally, the pro wrestling lady is destroying education.
Yes,
I am out of metaphors. I'm out of metaphors.
One more. So this is the next scalp. Obviously, they're looking for is The View. By the way, did you see Don Jr. doing this celebratory dance?
Yeah.
And they're like, idiot. They always go on summer recess now because he's like, yay, The View's. Like, anyway.
Oh, I know.
Let's go to The View, shall we? Joy Behar. Is The View now in the crosshairs of this administration?
Look, it's entirely possible that there's issues over there. I mean, again, stepping back, this broader dynamic, once President Trump has exposed these media gatekeepers and smashed this facade, there's a lot of consequences. I think the consequences of that aren't quite finished.
Oh, God.
That
you
was
know
a
what?
threat.
Yeah, exactly. They're not even couching the threats,
terrified.
right?
They're terrified. All of these guys. Oh, my God. Democrats, we need a Truth and Reconciliation Committee when this is done for all of them.
Yeah.
When Bush and Cheney left, all of their accomplices stayed in D.C. and took no heed.
Yeah.
That can't happen when Trump leaves. All these accomplices have to be named.
We got a break, but this is going to backfire on CBS. The FCC's lone Democrat said after months of cowardly capitulation to this administration, Paramount finally got what it wanted. Unfortunately, it's the American public that will ultimately pay the price for its actions. I mean, it's so obvious to everybody, and I love Stephen Colbert and all the other late night hosts and South Park and everybody spotlighting it.
And you've been doing it all along, Steffi. How about a moment for everybody, especially SiriusXM Progress, all the people who have not taken a moment to normalize this stuff but have told the truth from day one.
By The Separation of Church and Hate, John Fugelsang's fantastic new book. We love you. Goodbye. Well, CPAP machines are the worst, right? Who can sleep at night with that mask and hose strapped to your face? But without it, breathing is disrupted, and if you have a higher risk of dementia, stroke, heart disease, or premature death, the bottom line is if you snore now, you are at heightened risk of requiring a CPAP machine later. So now is the time to stop snoring. One of the smartest, fastest, easiest ways to stop snoring is Zyppah. Zyppah is the comfortable doctor-designed mouthpiece that can stop snoring as fast as the first night. Don't be fooled by imitators. Zyppah was proven in a 600-patient clinical trial, and with over 500,000 units sold, Zyppah is the stop snoring device that we trust. No more being nudged awake for snoring. No more sleeping in separate rooms. No more feeling tired and foggy all day due to lack of sleep. Look, this may be your last best chance to solve your snoring problem now, or face having to wear that CPAP mask later. Zyppah, that's Happy Z spelled backward. I want you to try it with my special discount. Get 20% off and free shipping if you visit zyppah.com. Use that promo code SNORE. Again, the promo code is SNORE at zyppah.com.